Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Welcome back to Wake and Stretch. It is, for me, it's Wednesday morning, and thankfully we can be outside. And I'm waving hello. Thanks for joining me. So today we're going to do, as I said, Yin Yoga. So what that means is it's a very passive practice, and it allows for time for you, for yourself, for your body, for your mind, for your energy to kind of slow down a little bit and just kind of take stock and enjoy the time that you have for yourself. Yeah, so we'll have a 15-minute Yin practice, and of course we're going to focus on the hips. So our pose will be square. It's also known as double pigeon if you were going to be doing a vinyasa or a hatha class. Do grab props. As you can see on my mat, I have 2 blocks, I have a towel, and I'll explain more as we get on the mat. If you happen to be inside and you have a wall, you can do this pose against a wall, and I'll show that once I get on the mat. Besides that, I'm talking so that you can get your props and get yourself ready. I do have my timer. Let's hope that I follow my timer. And I'm going to put the music on now and then move on to the mat. Double pigeon is generally seated, but if you are near a wall, then you can do reclined pigeon with your foot against the wall. So you'd want to move your mat against whichever wall you love. Okay, so I'm going to go turn on the music and we'll get into it. All right, so the music this morning is very ambient, and it will just enhance the natural sounds that you'll hear from my backyard. All right. So let's get set up on the mat. So I'm going to go over the reclined variation first in case you are interested in that. So let's pretend that I have a wall right here where my blocks are. So what you would do is you would lay flat on your back. And starting with the right leg, you would cross the right leg over the left, so the ankle is fully over. And you take the left foot and put it against the wall. Now if you need more intensity, use your hand gently on the thigh and push it away, right? If this is still not intense enough, you can always forget the wall and hug it in and just do a reclined variation. But for the most beneficial for both hips at the same time, you do the double pigeon. So I'm choosing to sit on a prop. You can also prop up the legs, especially if your hips are tight. And what I'm doing is just appropriate for my body, but you can prop any way you need to. You don't want the joints to be hanging in the air, you want them to be supported. Let's see if I can get my joints supported here. And the target area is the hips. The outer hips, sometimes you'll feel it in the groin area if it's tight. We're just going to sit for 4 minutes. Timer's on. So use this first minute of the pose to find your comfy position. And your gaze can be inward. You can let your eyes close even so that you can really feel the pose. Very, very passive. You don't want to be pushing or pulling or forcing yourself into the posture. And as far as sensation is concerned, you want to be about 50% of what you can handle. So you're not going full force right off from the start. Because as time goes by, the body will start to open up, gravity will do its job. And that connective tissue, the fascia, will start to open. So finding some stillness now, letting the body melt into the pose. And connecting to your breath. No special breath here, just be aware of it. Enjoy the rise and the fall of each breath as it comes. tingling, pins, needles, numbness in the feet or the legs, that's a sign that there's a little too much compression happening, that we're cutting off some blood supply to the legs. So you want to decrease a little bit or simply come out and lay in Savasana. Sometimes 4 minutes can seem like ages, years even. And that's okay if it does. Just try to stay connected to your breath. It's the best way to manage the situation is one breath at a time. Full breaths. And if you find that the intensity lessens, you're not feeling as much sensation, you can always gently adjust your props to find a little bit more depth. And then find your stillness again so you can remelt into the pose. Nice gentle breath. One more nice, big, deep breath. And from here, very slowly and mindfully, remove any props from underneath you. We're going to take our rebound pose. The rebound pose is important here so that the body can recalibrate. Use your hands to untangle the legs. Find your Savasana. We'll stay in the Savasana for roughly a minute. And do your best not to counterbalance any stretches we did. Just let the body be and enjoy the feels that happen. Take notice of that rush of energy through the hips, the legs. You might even feel it in your lower back or somewhere else. Just let yourself again melt into the mat. One more nice full breath here in your Savasana. Bring a little bit of energy to the hands and the feet, the wrists and the ankles. And then from here, if you're doing the reclined variation, then you're just going to switch to the other side so that the left ankle is crossed over the right thigh, and then situate yourself the way you need to be. If you're doing the double pigeon, the seated variation, gently roll onto one side. Press yourself up to seated and arrange yourself in your double pigeon. And always be mindful that the second side is usually different from the first. Right? So in double pigeon, aiming to get the shin bones stacked on top of one another to the best of your abilities. There is something about Yin where alignment really is not important. What's more important is how the pose feels in your body. So each one of us, when we go into these Yin Yoga postures or the asana, it's going to look different. Do your best to find your stillness now. If you've lost your breath, reconnect to your pattern of breath. And we stay here for 4 minutes. Sometimes Yin is difficult more mentally than it is physically. Especially if you're someone who's always on the run, always wants stimulation, or your mind is always running. It's very difficult to get the mind to settle down. Been there, done that. So one thing that I have found that works for me, and it is not fail-proof, is to count your breath. And you can count it any way that makes sense to you. You can also center your mind around an intention. Perhaps it's that you want your mind to settle down. Perhaps it's that you want to find more stillness for yourself. Whatever intention you might have, you can center your mind around that as you breathe in the posture. Mindful of any pins, needles, or numbness in the legs or the arms if you're holding on to your leg. We want full sensation throughout the entire body. Feeling the most in those hips. Breath. We're almost there. You got about 20 more seconds. And in fact, to take your nice deep breath here now. Gently remove any props, place them to the side, and we'll make our way into the final Savasana. So go ahead and untangle those legs. Make yourself comfy, and because this is our final Savasana, you can take any pillows, or if you have a yoga bolster or blocks, and you can bring them underneath the knees. This gives a little release to the lower back as you lay down. So we'll be here for about 2.5 minutes. So allow yourself to relax. Enjoy feeling the feels. Take rest. Hug the knees in towards the chest. A little rock from side to side. And roll onto your right side, finding fetal position. Bottom arm under your head as a pillow. And gently bring yourself up to a seated position. Eyes closed, hands either pressed together at the heart center. One on your heart and one on your belly. And take the opportunity to check in with yourself after that hip opening Yin Yoga practice. Take a few moments for some gratitude, something you're thankful for in this moment, and a few reasons why you're thankful for that. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. So hopefully that Yin practice was helpful for you. I do have to share something with you. My cute little puppy dogs, my little puppers, are here. So we have Zeus taking a nap. And I don't know if you can see Loki over there in the kitchen. Yeah. So although the dogs are not on screen with me, they are here in spirit and physically here, just not on screen. In case you're missing them in all these Wake and Stretches, they're here. This soundtrack that I've used is from DJ Taz Rashid's 108 Essential Yoga Playlists, and it's for Yoga Nidra. He has 108 playlists, so I will link, I'll give you the link underneath if you're interested in them. They're already made up for you. You don't even have to make up a playlist. You just listen through and you're like, yeah, that's good. I love that. Anyhow. Yeah, so tomorrow, same time, same place. Tomorrow's going to be more active. We'll get back into working towards King Pigeon in a vinyasa flow in our 15, okay, maybe 20 minutes. So I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'll see you then. Bye.
Thank you for practicing with me. If you liked the class, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And be sure to click the bell for email notifications when new videos are released. Let me know how you felt after doing this practice in the comments below. Please share this video if you know someone who might enjoy it. And please consider a donation to help support the production of more fabulous yoga videos for you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste, my friends. Be well and remember to breathe. See you next time.